Picture this. It's 1889. Friedrich Nietzsche collapses on a Turin street, sobbing as he hugs a beaten horse. The philosopher who warned Europe about its coming spiritual crisis has finally broken under the weight of his own prophecy. Fast forward to today. Burnout isn't just a buzzword, it's the defining condition of our age. The shocking truth? Nietzsche saw it coming 150 years ago. This isn't just about overwork. It's about how we've replaced souls with productivity apps and why Nietzsche's cure demands burning yourself alive. Nietzsche's prophetic vision in Thus Spoke Zarathustra unveils humanity's most terrifying fate, not extinction, but degeneration into the last man. This pitiful creature represents the endpoint of modern values, a being so addicted to comfort, so averse to struggle, that he confuses mere existence for living. Anatomy of the Last Man. Nietzsche's Last Man exhibits three pathological traits that mirror our modern burnout epidemic. 1. The addiction to comfort. Prefers safety over growth. Medicates all discomfort instantly. Would rather starve spiritually than risk a moment of uncertainty. We have invented happiness, say the last men, and they blink. 2. The cult of busyness. Mistakes motion for purpose. Uses productivity as anesthetic for existential dread. Substitutes achievement for actual becoming. 3. The death of desire. No ambition higher than nice weekend plans. No curiosity beyond trending topics. No passion that couldn't be extinguished by a Netflix prompt. Why this prediction haunts us today. The Last Man isn't some dystopian fantasy. He's the dominant psychological profile of our age. The office zombie, who trades 60-hour weeks for a false sense of worth. The wellness junkie, who obsesses over self-care while avoiding self-confrontation. The digital serf, who can't sit through a meal without checking likes. Nietzsche's genius was recognizing this isn't accidental. It's cultural cowardice institutionalized. As he warned, the earth has become small, and on it hops the last man who makes everything small. The burnout connection. What appears as exhaustion is actually soul starvation. Your 75-hour work week isn't dedication, it's distraction from life's bigger questions. Your hustle culture isn't ambition, it's avoidance of authentic striving. Your fatigue isn't from overwork, but from underliving the last man's tragedy. He's too tired to realize he's already dead inside. Nietzsche's most unsettling revelation about modern exhaustion isn't about schedules or workloads. It's about the existential dread we're all running from. Your calendar isn't the problem. Your cowardice is. The distraction economy. We've built an entire civilization to avoid facing three terrifying truths. 1. The mortality paradox. We know we'll die, yet live like we're immortal. Busyness becomes a metaphysical distraction from this reality. Nietzsche. We have art, so we shall not die of the truth. 2. The responsibility vacuum. Without gods or fate, we must create meaning. This freedom is so overwhelming we invent fake obligations. Hence the rise of performative productivity. 3. The stillness phobia. The average person would rather receive electric shocks than sit alone with their thoughts. Harvard study. Nietzsche predicted this. He who cannot find solitude is a slave, burnout, as existential misdirection. Your exhaustion symptoms are actually defense mechanisms. Decision fatigue, avoidance of authentic choices, Sunday night dread, fear of meaningless weeks, Zoom glaze, psyche's rebellion against artificial engagement. Nietzsche diagnosed this centuries before the WHO recognized burnout. Against boredom, even gods struggle in vain. Now imagine modern humans without gods. The Nietzschean antidote. The solution isn't time management, it's courage management. 1. Confront the void, stare into your mortality daily. 2. Embrace radical responsibility. You must author your life. 3. Prescribe stillness. Start with 5 minutes of no-input terror. The thought of suicide has gotten many through tough nights. Nietzsche's dark comfort. This isn't about working less. It's about fearing less and letting that liberated energy fuel what actually matters. Nietzsche's most radical prescription for modern burnout isn't meditation or vacation. It's voluntary self-destruction. His infamous proclamation, "You must be ready to burn yourself in your own flame," reveals exhaustion as the necessary crucible for rebirth. The alchemy of self-immolation, Nietzsche's 3-stage transformation cycle. 1. Combustion, the great undoing. Let your hollow routines collapse. Watch your performative identities turn to ash. I am not a man, I am dynamite. Nietzsche's own burnout manifesto. 2. Stillness, fertile void. The most dangerous phase, where most relapse into distraction. Nietzsche's warning, one must still have chaos within oneself to give birth to a dancing star. This is where your authentic desires first whisper. Arson, strategic burning. Rebuild only what survives the fire. Channel remaining energy into creation over consumption. As Nietzsche did, writing his masterpieces while suffering migraines so severe he vomited. Modern phoenixes among us, those who've mastered Nietzsche's burn-rebirth cycle. David Goggins, transforming trauma into ultra-endurance. Patti Smith, turning grief into sacred creativity. Jordan Peterson, pre-breakdown, lecturing through benzodiazepine withdrawal. Their secret? They didn't avoid the fire. They became the fire. Your burnout toolkit. Nietzschean exercises to transform exhaustion. 1. The funeral ritual. Bury a false identity weekly. 2. Fever journaling. Write when most exhausted. Truths emerge. 3. Controlled demolition. Quit one should with fireworks. The thought of suicide is a powerful comfort. It helps one through many a dreadful night. This isn't self-help, it's self-arson, and from these ashes, your Übermensch rises. Nietzsche's antidote to burnout isn't rest, it's metabolic transformation. He envisioned the ultimate human not as a balanced, well-adjusted individual, but as a monster of energy who turns exhaustion into creative fission. This isn't about avoiding collapse, it's about weaponizing it. Anatomy of a Nietzschean powerhouse. The monster of energy operates by 3 unnatural laws. 1. Paradoxical hydration. Draws vitality from exhaustion like a psychological nuclear reactor. Nietzsche himself worked through. Debilitating migraines, vomiting from eye strain, syphilitic deterioration, near blindness, yet produced. Thus spoke Zarathustra in 10-day frenzies. Reverse thermodynamics. Doesn't conserve energy, multiplies it through resistance. Modern examples. Kobe Bryant's 4 a.m. workouts philosophy. Marina Abramovich's endurance art, 750-hour silent performance. David Blaine's Suffocation Stunts 3. Existential transmutation. Converts, anxiety, creative fuel depression, philosophical depth, fatigue, hysterical clarity. As Nietzsche wrote in a manic letter, I have the most incredible energy in me. During his mental collapse, the brutal training regimen. How to begin forging this monstrous vitality. 1. Suffocation drills. Daily 90-minute deep work sessions with no caffeine, no music, no escape routes. 2. Adrenaline alchemy. When exhausted, do. Cold showers, not peaceful, violent gasping ones. Sprint intervals until taste blood. Memory drills. Recite poetry while exhausted. 3. Shadow fueling. Harvest energy from old humiliations, past failures, current pains. What does not kill me makes me stranger. Nietzsche's actual notebook line before editing The Dark Warning. This path isn't sustainable. Nietzsche himself broke under it. But as he proved, even madness can birth genius when properly channeled. The choice isn't between burnout and balance, but between useful and useless destruction. Your exhaustion isn't your enemy. Your fear of exhaustion is. Nietzsche's final whisper to the burned-out modern soul: your exhaustion is not the end. It's the raw material of your evolution. We stand at the crossroads, he predicted. Path A: keep numbing the fatigue with more productivity hacks, more distractions, more spiritual bypassing. Path B: let the fire consume what's false so what's essential can emerge. The madman who embraced a dying horse saw what we're just beginning to understand, that in an age of comfortable annihilation, the most radical act is to burn consciously. Your calendar won't save you. Your to-do list won't redeem you. Only this choice remains. Will you be the last man, blinking, complacent, endlessly scrolling toward death? Or will you become the flame? Now strike the match. 1. Comment: where have you seen the last man in your life this week? 2. Experiment: try one Nietzschean burn exercise today. 3. Subscribe for more philosophy that doesn't just diagnose, but ignites. Why this matters now. At a time when 59% of workers experience burnout, WHO, the average person checks phones 58 times daily. Quiet quitting has become mainstream rebellion. Nietzsche's century-old diagnosis isn't philosophy, it's a survival manual for the soul. Final Nietzsche. Quote: and if you gaze long enough into the abyss of your exhaustion, the abyss will gaze back into you and wink. And of course, seek wisdom.